We are here in Olomouci as a part of Erasmus Blended Intensive Program. My name is Katya Shapovalenko.
My name is Timothy Serbin, and we are the host of the Palackého University's live stream. Today, our topic is about the food in the Bible. We will explore this wonderful city through the prism of food.
We are already looking forward to our guests to talk to them. By the way, Timothy, did you notice that Olomouci is full of Italian restaurants?
Actually, yes, there is in Olomouci is a lot of different cuisines, Italian as well. But I don't know why.
Let's see a news report about it.
So, now we have our guest Matej Kaščák, who currently studies in Palackého University on MA program. Hello, Matej.
Hello.
What do you think about Italian food and restaurants?
Well, I would say there are two ways to approach. The easier one is, of course, I love it. It's tasty, it's full of flavor. The second approach, which is kind of tricky, let's say if you are out of Italy and you are visiting such called Italian restaurant, is not actually Italian, because what makes Italian food Italian is not only the recipe, but also the ingredients. Yeah. So if you buy all the ingredients in Czech Republic, which are Czech, Polish, German, and the only thing actually Italian is the recipe, you make a great dish. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be tasty, everyone's gonna love it. But it's not Italian food at all. So yes, I love Italian food, but I prefer to eat it in Italy.
And when we shoot our news reportage, you said that Italian food, Italian cuisine, is the second favorite one after the French one. So what the dishes from the French cuisine will you recommend to try at least one in our life?
Well, I would definitely say Italian and French food are different, but what French really know how to do is prepare a great and fresh ingredients. So I visited France many times, and each time anything I bought, if it was baguette or a cheese, it tasted much more differently and more fresh than in Slovakia or Czech Republic, let's say. So I would definitely recommend, even if you are not big of a cheese fan, definitely try some of French cheese. And let's put it together with a fresh baguette and a fresh just fruits or vegetables. And what you get is a food full of flavor, and you're gonna enjoy it and you're gonna love it.
And let's turn back to Olomouci. Here also we have like Olomouci cheese, right? And I think Italian cuisine is so popular here. How do you think why?
Well, I would definitely say it is very easy to prepare Italian food. Let's talk pasta, for example. Pasta is you put into the boiling water, 5 minutes and it's done. Then you put some ham or bacon on the top. Italian's gonna kill me. You put some cheese on the top, and 7 minutes you're done. And it's much more healthier in comparison with fast food or just frozen pizzas from local store. So 7 minutes and your dish is very healthy, and you can prepare it for yourself or for your friends, and it's still much more cheaper than other variants. So yeah, I think that's it.
And also we noticed that French cuisine here is not so popular as Italian one. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's got something to do with the freshness of the food. And because in France, it's a different country. It's I would say a different climate than we have. in terms of the ingredients. So even if you try to make a French food here, it's never gonna taste the same as if you would buy the ingredients in local store in France, whatever store, if it's Auchan, if it's Carrefour, doesn't matter. It's still gonna taste much better there in France, even though here it tastes really nice.
And we know, let's back to the students' life. We know that many students are eating, I don't know, sun, they're photosynthesized, they're eating air, water. But what do you eat in Olomouc as a student?
Well, I would come back to the pasta, actually. It's very nice that we actually talk about Italian food, because that's what I prefer, and that's what is easiest for me. If I want to make something really fast, I'm in a hurry, I have to go somewhere, I just put tortellines or whatever I find in the fridge, which is usually full of pasta. And I'm just going to put it together with anything that you have at home. And what you're going to get is a 5-minute dish. And yeah, again, it's going to be great.
So easy and so tasty. Thank you so much, Matej.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Topic food, and we're gonna be asking some people about their favorite spots and why they like to go there. What's your favorite restaurant?
Yanage, that's a sushi bar.
Indian restaurant.
Bugra Burger.
There's a good pizza place, actually, Pizza Hradlo.
What do you think about the restaurant prices right now?
Kind of high, but what isn't these days? Olomouc is city for students, so the price is good.
Reasonable. Everything's gone up though nowadays.
And what's your favorite food?
Porridge.
The most notable thing associated with the city is Olomouc cheese. What's interesting, right next door there is an Italian cheese shop. Why is that so? Do people like it more?
What I like about Italian food is that it's quite simple in terms of the ingredients. They have to be really good, but then you have something that's simple but very tasty.
I love Italian food because it's really simple but full of different tastes. Yeah.
It is full of flavor. It is very full of basically everything. So yeah, I love it.
We counted over 21 restaurants, shops or cafes that are somehow related to Italy. There's many reasons why owners decided to make Italian food in Olomouc.
We are directly under the Archbishop control, and they actually decided to establish this restaurant as an Italian restaurant. The decision was that we will open a quality Italian restaurant. Important, all the ingredients are from Italy. So I'm a big lover of Italy. We often went there with a colleague with whom we own this business. Let's face it, we wanted to take a break from the work we were doing before, and we just fell in love with those sandwiches. So much so that on the way home we said to ourselves that we had to open a place like that, and after about the 10 visits we opened it ourselves.
Owners of these restaurants collected recipes from all over the world, especially from Italy. Until now they bring their products from homeland of pasta and pizza.
Our chef collects recipes, we make our own paste. Some of the recipes are our own, some are taken from Italy.
The area of today's Czech Republic bordered the Roman Empire and influenced its trade and defense. Local tribes from the region shaped Roman frontier, policies and cultural exchange.
There were some just small camps, Romanian camps. One is located in the Neředín area, which there were some excavation sites, and when there are a lot of buildings around Olomouc, for example, highways and roads, new roads, sometimes or very often these Romanian artifacts, but it was not here. It was not continuous settlements or only just temporary camps.
So Italy, I can say, the center of the cultural world. I would say that this is a tradition that is all over the world, and the Czech Republic is not exception.
So a lot of recipes and plants originate from Romanian culture.
After all, Olomouc and Italian cheeses coexist and even complement each other in this city, just like Italian and Czech cultures. For the blended intensive program in Olomouc 2025, Monika Magdova
And Sandra Małasz.
We would like to welcome in our studio Vlastimil Vohanka, who is a philosophy lecturer of Palackého University.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
So, how important is food in the Bible?
In the Bible, food is quite important. If you take a look on the Old Testament, which is the older one, the thicker part, you will find there are many regulations what you can eat, what you cannot eat, how you can mix the food. On the other hand, if you take a look into the New Testament, which is the specifically Christian part, the regulations are almost zero, almost absent totally, which is quite interesting about Christian religion, because most religions have, I would say all religions have taboos, and often they are related to food. Like, as I said, in the Old Testament, there's a lot of stuff you cannot eat. Also, for example, in mainstream Hinduism, you cannot eat beef. In a Muslim religion, you cannot eat pork. In Buddhism, ideally, you don't eat meat. But in Christianity, you can eat pretty much anything. So the taboos are more of a sexual nature, in fact. That's the main taboo. But even in Christianity, food is very important because the main religious ritual is Holy Mass. That is, you have bread and wine consecrated that is somehow supernaturally transformed into the body and the blood of Jesus Christ. And how do you connect or make yourself one with God or with Jesus? By eating the bread and drinking the consecrated wine. So it's pretty important, even though it's not so regulatory, I would say, the food in general. Sorry for a long answer.
It's okay, we like it. One specific thing, in your opinion, can be food in the Bible seen as a bridge between material world and divine?
Yeah, I already mentioned it. For example, if you take a look into the Old Testament, how do you express your joy, especially by religious celebration, religious festivals, and food is very important part with it. How do you create a communion with other people? By sharing food. But again, in Christianity, how do you create communion, that is some community with religious people, by going to Mass? And the main thing during the Mass is eating and drinking the consecrated bread and wine. In Christianity, the bread is a symbol of something physical, more physical. The wine is a symbol of something more immaterial or spiritual. And you connect with God most intimately by, in some way, eating God and making him a part of your soul. That's about it.
Thank you so much. We will proceed our conversation later.
Yeah, thank you.
And now we are continue our journey in Olomouc, and now we have continue our session with Mr. Wonka.
Let's turn back to the Bible for a minute. So the Bible only said that Adam and Eve eat the forbidden fruit. Yeah, but if we think about this forbidden fruit, it's often associated with an apple. How do you think why it is?
Well, in the Bible, in the first book of the Old Testament, that's called Genesis, apple, in fact, as far as I remember, isn't mentioned. It's referred to as forbidden fruit, as you said. But in Latin-speaking world, even before the onset of Middle Ages, it was standardly depicted as an apple, and the reason is, I think, linguistic, because in Latin, the word malum means evil or wickedness, but also apple. Mm-hmm. So in some way, it was connected with the forbidden fruit in the Bible, and it started to be depicted that way. Also, another factor, I think, was that in the Greek mythology, apples, especially golden apples, are forbidden and in some way special. They give you supernatural abilities or something like that, which is in part a motive also in the Bible, in the Old Testament. So that should be the reason.
Mm-hmm. So let's come back from Greece and Bible to Olomouc. Mr. Wahanka, in Olomouc we have many special places, beautiful streets and not ordinary sites. Yep. Why Olomouc is a hidden gem in your opinion? What people can find here?
Well, obviously there's a lot of beautiful old architecture here, but in comparison with Prague, there's something you will not find here which is good, and that is not too many tourists. That's one thing. Another thing is, I think it's connected. When you go, for example, at night into the streets, there's almost no people there. Also during summer, the students are gone, and that adds to a special atmosphere of quiet that you cannot find in more famous touristic destinations. Some people don't like it, but I like it.
Do you have some your own favorite places in Olomouc?
The favorite place of mine, it will be a normie answer, not very extravagant, is the Upper Town Square. That is the main square. Why? I think it's quite beautifully but irregularly built. I think the architecture is somewhat unpredictable. The space and the objects are located in unexpected ways, are also, of course, like the City Hall and the column of the Holy Trinity. One reason is that my dissertation was philosophical dissertation on the theological problem of the Holy Trinity. That is, how could it be that God exists in three persons? So that's a personal quirk of mine. So that's a reason I like the Upper Town Square quite a lot, especially at night.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you think why Olomouc is not so full of tourists behind another places in Czech Republic?
For some reason, it's just not enough well known. Maybe also it's smaller, and some people will say, okay, it's not worth it to go there because we will see everything interesting from architectural perspective in a very short time. So it's not worth it to go there for a whole day. Also, we saw similar things in Prague, but I think there's something very special about Olomouc that you will not find in Prague, as I suggested. So people should go here more, even though it may be a disadvantage for us because it will be flooded with tourists in that way. Okay.
So this city is beautiful not only for its historical sites,
Yep.
but also for its locals who dress quite elegantly. Let's take a look at them. Thank you for your attention. This was our live stream from Palackého University in Olomouci.
Hope you have seen the city from the new perspective and you have found out some new names and new places here.
Now it's time to say goodbye. Here for you were Katya
And Timothy.
See you later.